of them. But now.
Well, entering the evening, the Cubs, they were 35-22 when they hit at least one home run, but still no word on home runs that were not called home runs. But that one right there by Cody Bellinger, it did indeed leave the yard. That's his second long ball of the season. He just came off the IL on Wednesday, and that game put to bed see the final score, 3-2. The Dodgers, they emerge victorious, and we'll talk about that home run that was not called a home run. That was a mystery ball in just a minute. But until then, welcome to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all, I'm Cole Wright. He's Sean Marshall. And Sean, well, that was a gut punch for the Chicago Cubs.
It was a gut punch, but a gutsy game. A performance by Alec Mills to keep the team in the game. Made pitches and battling through 4 innings to keep the Cubs in the ball game. However, they could not muster enough offense against a tough Dodgers pitching staff. Urias was very tough, striking out a lot of batters today, and just couldn't come up with a timely hit late in the game to push them past the Dodgers today.
Yeah, Cubs now 8-30, went out hit by the opposition. So let's go back to Dodger Stadium and show you how everything unfolded. Cubs, Dodgers, Game 3 of a 4-game set. Alec Mills on the hill. Mookie Betts gets things started with a bang, double right off the top, Marsh.
And that's what he does. He ignites the Dodgers offense. The first couple batters of this game were on the sack, and a couple of them scored, but Alec Mills was able to kind of settle in. This ball, I'll have a little breakdown later on this third curveball of this at-bat, and that puts the Dodgers up 1-0 on a Max Muncy swing of the bat.
Yeah, Muncy pushes the run across, then Justin Turner, RBI knocked to right, so LA out in front just like that. It's 2-0. Let's jump to the top of the third. Alec Mills hanging out at the plate, trying to lay down the bunt with 2 strikes, and you gotta barrel it up, Marsh.
And when the Cubs are going the good, they put the ball in play. They make things happen. Some of the contact and positional breakdown hitting they do, making runners move, but they just couldn't muster up enough offense early in this game.
Yeah, KB with the fly out to big field. That would end the inning. Then bottom of the third, Gavin Lux, he lifts one to center field as well, and that would put the inning in the mud once again. So Jake Marisnick playing a stellar center field. Top 4, Anthony Rizzo. This ball drummed, starting to feel that stroke.
Really nice stroke right there. Lift off by Anthony Rizzo, stays back, capitalizing on a fastball up and over the plate. When you're that close to the plate, that ball's middle in for Riz, and he does some damage on it.
Yeah, he owns that inside portion of the plate. It's still a 2-1 ball game, and Wilson Contreras said, Chris Taylor, later for you, player.
Yeah.
Second time he threw him out at third.
Great coordinated effort by Wisdom and Contreras, back picking on Chris Taylor there. Terrific play, great throw, right on the money, huge out in this game. Wilson Contreras is fired up.
Yeah, then later in the frame, Mookie Betts. Yeah, this is how you get things done. Defensively, the Cubs coming through with flying colors.
And Alec Mills making pitches right there.
Without a doubt, top 5, same score. Jason Hayward, this guy has been like a brush fire lately. He's getting hot as the days go by.
It really is. Just very competitive at-bats, battling with 2 strikes once again there. And the Cubs are on the board, capitalize on the hit. Pinch hit by Ian Happ right there down the line, doing just enough right there to score the run.
Yeah, quiet storm pushed Jay Hay across. That squared it at 2. Then Dan Winkler gets A.J. Pollock to double to center. Not how he drew that one up. Zach McKinstry then grounds out. It's Sergio Alcantara flipping it over to first. So just like that, Winkler getting it done.
Yeah, the bullpen, Wick getting it done, Winkler getting it done, brothers here shortly getting it done. The bullpen was excellent once again.
How about Jason Hayward getting it done right here?
Stay fair, stay fair.
It did stay fair. It did stay fair because the ball disappeared. They even said it on the broadcast, and it was called a home run originally by third base umpire DJ Rayburn, but somebody overturned it. I don't know if it was the crew chief, Brian Honora, at second, or maybe it was the guy behind the dish, Jeremy Riggs, but either way, it would go to review, and after the ball disappears, which usually means that it's in fair territory, it was ruled a foul ball. So Jason Hayward, what does he do? Just comes up and continues his torrid tear.
Yeah, he circled the bases, got his helmet off, put his helmet back on, still came back out and got a hit.
And then Sergio Alcantara grounds into a double play, and that was a pitcher's best friend for Clevenger. And then in the 8th inning, it's Rex Brothers, illegal in 9 countries. Rex Panther pouring in some 95-mile-an-hour gas right there, Marsh.
Really nice. These guys stepping up in this 2-2 high-leverage ball game. The bullpen was outstanding once again, including the Rex Panther.
Yeah. You see that 60% of the time. He works every time. But then affair still squared, 2 outs, bottom of 9. Cody Bellinger off the IL on Wednesday, and that's just his second home run of this 2021 campaign. Oh, Keegan Thompson.
Tough one.
Wishing he had that pitch back right there. And who knows, if they would have called that home run by Jason Hayward an actual home run by Jason Hayward, this game would still be playing right now. It would be tied 3-3. So there's the final tally right there. You see it. The Dodgers, they come out on top of the Cubs 3-2, and the Cubs, they stranded 5 runners on the base pass, but never mind that, because right now they're losing a little bit of ground when it comes to those Milwaukee Brewers. 2 games behind the beer makers. The Cubs now 42-35. However, there's still plenty of time, because we know there is that pending series with the Brewers that is right around the corner. So time now for us to go Blue Cross Blue Shield sound up. It's David Ross on Jay Hayes' home run that could have been.
It was just a foul ball.
But the replay, that was your challenge, right?
It's a boundaries call. We can check and see if the home run was fair or foul. So it's a boundaries check to make sure it was confirmed that it was foul. I guess the umpires got together, concluded they overturned the home run call to foul. I asked for boundaries checked. It was confirmed it was a foul ball.
David, just were you surprised by that? Because the third base ump was pretty emphatic in calling it a home run right away.
Well, I think replay, I trust in, the video. I mean, it's hard to see from my vantage point. It looked like a home run. He called it a home run. They got together and conversed, and I guess they overturned it. So then I got a boundaries call. All we can do at that point is trust in the video.
Hey, Rossi, even after the call's overturned, with Jay Hay being able to come back and hit the ball hard in that situation, be able to lock himself in, does that just go to show like the stress he's been on this series, getting himself, right offensively?
Sure. I thought that's one of the more difficult things that you would have to do in baseball. Foul, borderline home run, to stay on there, left on left, and then smoke that ball up the middle. Really nice job. Really nice game from Jason. And like you said, really nice series so far for him. He seems to be in a good place and getting back to the version of him that we have a lot of confidence in that we think he is.
What do you think about Mills today? It seemed like he was struggling with command.
Yeah, he worked hard. I mean, this team does a nice job of making you throw strikes and getting you in the zone. And I thought, he battled today. I thought our pitching staff overall did a really nice job. The bullpen, some guys that have had some time off through really, really nice. Wick, Wink, Brothers, these guys came in and really bridged the gap to the back end of the game. It was a really good baseball game, to be honest with you. I thought it was a really two back-to-back great baseball games. They've come out ahead. We'll do some little things here and there, push one more run across and just couldn't tonight. But really nice, good baseball game. Proud of the guys.
You have anything else for Rossi?
Yeah,
David,
Rossi, just 2 days in a row, the not getting a bunt down, kind of hurts you guys. Is that, anything you can do about it other than, have them take more bunting, or is it just odd that it happened 2 days in a row?
No, that's what I mean. We got to do the little things right. That's what I mean when we do the little things, and we got to get those down. Like you said, 2 days in a row. It's something that has been a focus for a little while now. I think we got to make sure we're doing the little things right. That's the championship type of baseball. We've definitely been working on it. These guys have been bunting off the machines, bunting in the cages. We're working on it, but live competition is a little bit different, and it's not for lack of effort. I think these guys are giving it their all. Just got to continue to get better at it. We have a lot of areas we got to get better at. That's one.
Well, if teams and players, if they practice laying down bunts, maybe umpires, they should practice making calls on balls that are, out of the yard. Either way, we'll get to that in just a second. But Jason Hayward with 3 hits on the day, and if that one would have been called a home run, we could have been looking at a whole different ball game because the Cubs, they would have had the lead in the 9th, and it wouldn't have been Keegan Thompson. It would have been Craig Kimbrell out there on the hill. No doubt.
This was a tough call, and I'm just surprised at Dodger Stadium, a big market team. They don't have a camera on that foul pole. There's the pesky pole. That's in Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. That's a pesky pole for the Chicago Cubs fans and players tonight. But there's really just no clear evidence on our feed here. We deciphered this video in several different ways. I just don't see evidence for it to be a foul ball. It's a tough call. It's a tough pill to swallow. But J.Hay kind of redeeming himself after he circled the base to come back out and still hit the ball hard too and get a hit after that play happened. Is pretty good stuff right there.
Yeah, Jason Hayward, so far this series, he's been a broken bat base knock machine. And like David Ross said, he's starting to play like the player that they know he's capable of being. And right here, just seeing him grinding it out. Not only is he busting out of the box, but when he puts the ball in play, he's making a little chaos out there on the base pass.
Yeah, and putting the bat on the ball. He's not punching out. Those are some broken bat hits. And sometimes you have to have a little kindling wood there, Cole, to start a fire. And that's what happened with those broken bat knocks. They're hard hit singles and doubles in the book. They may only be hit at 65 miles per hour exit velocity, but today the balls were hit hard, probably 95 plus, almost all those hits, including the home run. That was a well-struck ball as well. So it's good to see Jason Hayward come out of his slump. He's really struggled a lot this season, coming off the hamstring injury as well. But for him to get the hits, that's who Jason Hayward can be, and he's a very vital part of this Cubs offense when he's going.
Yeah, and it was a tough loss, no way around it, especially with the way the Cubs buckled down in the back half of this ball game, and the bullpen filthy once again. But this time, well, some different customers than we're used to seeing. We saw Winkler, and Brothers. These guys, just another link in the chain.
And usually we hear Tepera, Chafin, Kimbrell. It's a different crop today. These guys were outstanding. Wick threw 19 pitches. 19 four-seam fastballs and punched out 3. Winkler had electric life on his fastball and on the little baby cut with finish to the strike zone. Again, punch out 3. And Rex Brothers was also terrific in another high leverage inning there, punching out 3 Dodgers batters as well. They picked up some slack. Chafin and Tepera and Kimbrell have been working hard. These guys come in, pick it up tonight, and gave their team a chance to win the game. However, the big hit didn't come for the Cubs today.
All right, well, that gets us to our Michelob Ultra Moment of Joy presented by Michelob Ultra. We're going Anthony Rizzo because in the 4th frame, 3, 2, 1, contact.
Nice.
Yeah, you saw that right there. That ball absolutely scalded. It's like hot grits to the face right there, Marsh.
Yeah, what's Jock Peterson's favorite breakfast food? A waffle. Oh. Anthony Rizzo with the waffle right there, number 44, doing damage, getting on top of a 93-mile-an-hour fastball right there.
Yeah, that's Tony Two Chain's 10th home run of the season and his first long ball since June 16th. And you see where it lands him in number 7 on the all-time list, just 1 away from Aramis Ramirez with 239. And when it comes to Anthony Rizzo, he's getting hot right now at just the right time, Mark.
Good to see. He's a big player, and they're playing in a big stage over there at Dodger Stadium. That was a big swing of the bat. And for him to get on top of that fastball, that's a good sign. It's hard to pitch him. That's lefty-lefty. He's done really well versus lefties the entire season. So it's huge to see him again get on top of the pitch. He's so close, and he can cover the inside pitch very well, and he got on top of the 93, turned it around, delivered out into the right field bleachers. Good to see.
Absolutely. And there's still more Cubs postgame live coming your way. Jason Hayward, usually cool, calm, and collected, and something tells me we'll see more of the same. He's going to address, well, that highway robbery on that home run that was, quote-unquote, a mystery ball. Plus, we're going to take a look at Alec Mills and his outing today, 4 innings strong. He kept it together. More postgame live after this.
While you learned hobbies like soap carving, B-Dubs raised the bar on bar food and chefed up a stacked roster of loaded hand-smashed burgers, juicy chicken sandwiches, and buffalo chicken tots. So ditch the decoratives and come crush with your crew. Buffalo Wild Wings, now with free delivery.
If this past year has taught us anything, it's that life is unpredictable. That we could all use someone to lean on, someone we know will be there for us. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we are standing by to help you get the right coverage for you and your family with plan options to fit your budget. And financial help has expanded. See if you now qualify to pay as low as $0 a month. Visit standbyuil.com before special enrollment ends.
For your kid's birthday, you want them to feel like the only kid in the world. But this year, it made it really difficult to have a birthday party.
My mom took me to Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A just goes above and beyond. I knew that they would make it special.
There was like a little note for a mobile order that said, "Can you please sing happy birthday?"
They sung happy birthday to me, and I cried.
She was, in fact, happy.
We got you something, Nova.
What is that?
A cookie. Thank you. Oops.
Savor the simple of Kemp's Simply Crafted ice cream. No artificial flavors, just loads of goodness. Kemp's, good comes around. Now in more farm fresh flavors.
I found my treasure.
I found my treasure.
I found my treasure.
I found my treasure.
I found all my treasures at JB's Fantastic Finds.
Discover your treasure on JB's Fantastic Finds,
where the worlds of myth and fantasy collide with jewelry.
Such a deal.
The show is amazing.
Sold, sold, sold.
Sold, sold, sold.
Sold, sold, sold.
Watch JB's Fantastic Finds with John Bastow to discover your treasure.
How do you go from this to this with zero work? Easy. Introducing Tovala. We deliver real, fresh ingredients. You do a few seconds of prep. Then the Tovala Smart Oven steams, bakes, and broils everything to perfection. No groceries, no dishes, no hard stuff. So when you hear this, you know dinner just cooked itself. Get started at Tovala.com.
Back once again, you're watching Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all and doing a little comparing and contrasting between today's starters, Alec Mills, Julio Urias. And you see right there, Urias notching 12 of the 16 strikeouts registered by the Los Angeles Dodgers. As for Alec Mills, had a few questionable calls, just only 2 strikeouts and 2 free passes on 69 pitches. So, Mr. Mills, how'd you feel today?
Yeah, obviously didn't have my best stuff today. Kind of was in and out of knowing where it was going, to be honest with you. But, I think for me, it was big to just kind of go out and get outs when I needed them. Obviously, Wilson made a couple throws that really helped a lot, doing what he does best. But I think, given the situation to go 4 innings and only give up 2 for, kind of the stuff I had and the command I had was obviously a little bit of a success. Losing hurts every time. But I did what I could today and just kind of battled.
When you don't know in those moments necessarily all the time, where the pitches are going, just what is your approach when you're on the mound in those situations?
I think I'm a guy that, first and foremost is just going to attack with a fastball. Obviously, I'm not going to get a lot of swings and misses. I'm a contact pitcher. And really just trying to get as many ground balls as I can. I think a couple ground balls today kind of found some holes, and that happens. But we really just try to, minimize the damage when innings get big. And, really just go as long as I can until they take me out of the game. That's my goal every time, to go as far as I can and keep us in the ballgame.
Alec Mills with a grinder mentality. He always tries to find a way, and that gets us to our BL Auto Group breakdown presented by the Bob Locurcio Auto Group. And despite traffic on the base paths, he kept it together today, Mark.
Yeah, and the first 3 batters, 2-run scorer. The curveball, he went to it 3 times out of 4 pitches to a very polished Max Muncy hitter. And he stays on that 3rd breaking ball after being way out front on the 2nd breaking ball. Good adjustment by Muncy. You tip your cap. But to minimize the damage, and he did it exactly what he said in that post game right there. He did it with the fastball. The sinker was good. It was on the edges when he needed it. He got the rollover ground balls. This was some fortunate luck. This was probably the hardest hit ball of Mills' day. But again, the sinker down and in to the MVP. Mookie Betts gets the rollover 5-3 right there. Gets out of a 1st and 3rd jam. jam in the 4th inning. Exactly what he said. He grinded through it. He did not have his best stuff. His ball was moving a lot. The curveball was up in the strike zone, but he gave his best effort, and that's what you'll see from Alec Mills, number 30, day in, day out. He'll do exactly what he can at his best of his ability. Each game he's out there taking opportunity of the chance that he get when David Ross gives him the ball.
Yeah, you see right there, 41 strikes on 69 pitches. He faced 19 batters, and 11 of those batters saw first pitch strikes. So not too bad of an outing for a guy who really got ambushed in the first inning and put up a 2-spot on it.
The 2-spot. That's the only runs he gave up. They were early. They were the first 3 batters of the game on the doubles. They kind of came around, but he minimized the damage. He worked the corners. The sinker had just enough depth on it to get the 6-4-3 double play early and then get out with another ground ball and just made pitches when he needed to. He gave up 8 hits. He had traffic on the base pass every single inning, but in every single inning, he made the pitch when he needed to keep the ball team in the game.
Well, Jason Hayward, we saw him go deep, but it was called a non-home run, so we'll see if he acknowledges it or not. Time now to hear from Jay Hay. He's sitting down addressing the media. Let's listen up.
Yeah, I never saw it, Gordon. I never saw the ball actually leave. I didn't see where it landed, didn't see what it hit. I still haven't seen the replay yet, after the game at this point. And as far as them looking at it, I guess they had to look at what they had to look at. I don't know what kind of angle, again, obviously I haven't seen the replays, but I don't know what kind of angle they had on TV. I think our guys were saying they didn't see enough to overturn it, but, who knows? So I got to see it. I haven't seen it yet. Sorry.
Did anybody in the dugout get a good look at it? Was anybody telling you anything when you got back? Because the TV replays were hard to see it at all. You couldn't even see where the ball was.
Yeah, I think in the dugout at the moment, same. Everybody's like, well, if he called it a homer, it was a homer. And as far as ways we were, first base side, not even in line with home plate. And then there were shadows over there. I think it was kind of tough for all of us. So I don't think anyone knew for sure until they said, all right, well, it's a foul ball replay-wise, but we still couldn't say, all right, we 100% know it's foul.
Is something like that frustrating when it ends up being a 1-run, walk-off loss? Do you just view it as being part of the game, something that happens?
Yeah, it is part of the game, something that happens. I was able to get on base after that. They did a good job cutting that ball off to not let me to get to second. I was trying to get in score position again, and at least kept the line moving. It was a good at bat, game of inches, or I don't know. It could be centimeters, millimeters. I haven't seen the replay yet. But yeah, you'd like to go up right there and give us an advantage, but we did a great job fighting.
I don't know if anyone wants to be Jason Hayward's campaign manager when he runs for mayor, governor, state senator, either way, because he answers every question so politically correct right there, saying he didn't see the ball, and that call right there, it could have gone either way. But when you see a guy who puts a charge in the ball, especially a guy like Jason Hayward, who right now is catching fire, and it really had an outcome on the end of this ball game.
It's tough. There's no definitive answer right there on that zoom up replay on that left field foul pole. It's hard to tell, but his professionalism right there in the post-game interview, he's just so pro. And for him to come back after that really could have been a game-deciding home run right there and get it overturned against his favor right there, and then come back and still get a double and still talk about trying to hustle out the box on a single to get himself back into scoring position just shows how professional Jason Hayward is. So he's hot right now. It's good to see because it's much needed for the Cubs offense.
Yeah, Jason Hayward, no doubt about it. A class for all seasons, and we saw that right there. The guy is good as it gets. And now it's time for us to make our move to our Menards Save Play of the Day. Presented by Menards. Save big money at Menards for all those home improvement needs. And who does it go to? Well, it goes to Mr. Throw 'em Out. There he is, Wilson Contreras, Chris Taylor. Nice try. Thanks for playing. Please try again. That's the first time, but it wouldn't be the last.
And that's on an Alec Mills breaking ball. That's about 66 miles per hour, so the ball is slow to the plate. And for him to come out of the box and shoot him out like that was good stuff.
And then another one, the back pick. He's the clubhouse leader. Huge. Here comes the back picks, 25 of them since entering the league. The guy is as good as it gets.
Chris Taylor very disappointed about his base running, getting thrown out twice by Wilson Contreras tonight.
Yeah, most runners caught stealing and picked off. Wilson Contreras since 2016, 116. That's when he made his debut back in 2016. So to see him throw Chris Taylor out twice and then to see that passion that energy after getting that out, that was big time right there, no doubt about it. Like you said, this game still could be going on, tied 3-3 at the Ravine if a call would have gone one way instead of the other. So we're going to continue to discuss more on this 3-2 Cubs loss to the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 3 of a 4-game set. That's next right here. You're watching Cubs Postgame Live. Don't move.
Bob Lacurcio Auto Group is moving back the fences. We've expanded, including our new Michigan City Hyundai and Michigan City Kia stores. Wherever you're from, whatever vehicle you need, we have all your bases covered.
You're gonna like buying a car this way.
Can you get this? I don't have my wallet.
Oh, really? It's funny how that always happens.
It's funny.
With BMO Harris, you don't need your wallet. You can get money from any BMO ATM using your phone.
Uh-oh, looks like someone can buy their own tacos.
You could also pay them back with Zelle.
So many ways for you to pay.
Awesome.
Order for BMO.
Ooh, tacos, banking. Some things are made to be mobile.
When your phone is your wallet, that's the BMO effect. And right now, you can open a new BMO Harris account online in just minutes and get a $300 bonus.
Don't you think? Definitely.
Get more out of summer with more from the Home Depot. With ways to save on every idea you have, you can do more for your family traditions and even invent some new ones. With 4th of July savings to help you do even more, we can all make this a summer to remember. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
At CDW, we get drones aren't the best way to modernize. That's why CDW would implement an infrastructure upgrade featuring HPE ProLiant servers. With best-in-class security measures, they build defenses against new vulnerabilities and simplify the hybrid cloud by enabling cloud economics and agility, all while reducing costs and awkward social interactions with robots.
Let's find a different room.
For transformation that works, you need Hewlett-Packard Enterprise and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it.
At Leader Automotive, we don't follow, we lead. Our #1 priority is to give you the best car buying experience possible. You can feel the difference the moment you walk into one of our dealerships. And it's not just selling you a car, it's following it up with world-class customer service. That's what leaders do. That's the Leader Automotive Group. Come visit us or go to leaderauto.com.
Leader Automotive Group, together we lead.
Go to MarqueeSportsNetwork.com, your destination for the most comprehensive Cubs coverage. Watch in-depth interviews, catch amazing highlights, and get exclusive access to your team at MarqueeSportsNetwork.com. Back with you here on Cubs Postgame Live. Time for our Miller Lite social scene presented by Miller Lite, the original light beer. And Steven, I feel your pain. Still mad. They robbed Hayward of a legit home run that shouldn't have been a difficult call at all. Ball clearly disappears behind the foul pole. I think he meant to put pole. He put pull. But either way, Josh says, but Justin Turner said it was foul. So it must be a magic ball that disappeared and reappeared. Yet Jason Hayward, he was taking swings, not from the batter's box, but from the grassy knoll. So Jason Hayward is currently 4 for 3 at the plate tonight. That was
Thank you,
a
Becky.
home run. Becky, you are correct. Yes. And then this one right here says, seems like a bad idea to try to run on Wilson Contreras, but that's just me. And that would be a correct assertion right there, because running on Wilson Contreras, that's instant danger. And in Kobe White season says Wilson Contreras is the best catcher in baseball, and you can't change your mind. Why would we?
I agree.
He's as good as it gets. Remember, get those votes in for that Midsummer's Classic, and first career home run for Ed Howard. Plenty more to come. And what do? Well, we specialize in video here. So Ed Howard, and this one is for you, young man. That's his first major league home run. He's taken 16th overall a season ago in the draft, and of course, he's a local guy. We like to call him the Red Line. He went to Mount Carmel, and there's so much promise out of Ed Howard. We know how slick he is with the glove, but now it looks as if that bat starting to finally come around.
That was loud. We got the IFB. That was a loud noise off the bat. Good to see Ed Howard go deep for his first minor league home run. Hopefully more to come in the minors and hopefully some to come in the major league level as well. Good seeing that 19-year-old shortstop continuing to develop, and Myrtle Beach Pelicans over there.
Yeah, another guy who continues to develop. That's Adbert Alzolay, and he's going to get the pill tomorrow from David Ross. He'll be opposed by the 3-time Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw. And what are we going to do here next? We're going to get you all set and ready for a little Sunday night baseball. That's next right here. You're watching Cubs Postgame Live because the last time Kersh faced the Cubs, it didn't fare too well. Just one inning. Stick around.
This is the great state where you'll find hearts bigger, beating truer, and always wide open. Country miles with never-ending pride, virtues and values, and colors that run deep. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, we were born and raised in the land of Lincoln. And like you, we'll always be here, standing for all. Blue Cross and Blue Shield, nationwide strong, Illinois born.
With 40 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar, Muscle Milk Pro Series helps build muscles. But it takes heart to build strength, so you can keep getting stronger day after day. Muscle Milk, own your strength.
At Chick-fil-A Caraway Village, we always look forward to seeing Ellie. Nick also.
Ellie just gets excited and bolts right towards him.
She loves to come and get the bag and trots right back to Nick.
We never even had to ask them to hand her the bag. The team members just automatically knew to do it. It was just that little thing, that level of customer service that kind of blew my mind.
We're just really glad that Nick shared Ellie with us. We take care of our guests, whether they're two-legged or four-legged.
So then I said to him, you ought to customize your car insurance with Liberty Mutual, so you only pay for what you need. Hot dog or chicken?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson. Lease the all-new 2022 Tucson for $199 a month, now with complimentary maintenance. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Perfect. The color, the flowers. Gracias. The whole place looks amazing. I love it.
It's perfect.
Sophia, whatever happens, we're here to protect you. Thank you.
There's no room for fear in your dream home policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Music is everywhere in Tennessee. The instruments, however, may vary. Your summer vacation is now playing in Tennessee.
Hey, we continue to roll here on Cubs Postgame Live, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all, and taking a look at these standings. Well, Cubs slipping a little bit down in the Central, 2 games now behind the Beer Makers, but the good news is they only have 1 game left with the Dodgers, and then it's a 3-pack in Milwaukee. So let's take a glance at that schedule. As we told you, 3 with the Beer Makers. That's before a well-deserved day off, and then it comes the gauntlet. 3 with Cincy, 4 with the Phillies, and then it's 3 versus those St. Louis Cardinals before the Midsummer's Classic. And, well, I told you about that game with the Dodgers, just 1 remaining on the season, and Clayton Kershaw, that's who they'll draw. He's sitting there right now with a 3.43 ERA, and Adbert Alzolay, well, he'll be opposing the 3-time Cy Young Award winner, and he has a 4.19, and we know that this guy just oozes positivity. He tries to get 1% better each and every single day, and the Cubs, well, they're hoping that they're 2% better versus Clayton Kershaw this time, because last time around, well, just 1 inning, 4 earned runs, and Clayton Kershaw, well, he left with a big-time case of bruised confidence.
Yeah, that was one of the worst starts of Clayton Kershaw's career. Probably was the worst, lasting only 1 inning. inning, 4 hits, 4 runs against your Chicago Cubs. They got to him early, got him out of the game early, and go on to sweep the Dodgers in this particular series. But this young man, Clayton Kershaw, only 33 years old. It's unbelievable. He got drafted in 2006. He's 100 games over 500 in his career with a 183 over 83 loss record. He's been on a roll, 8 starts, 6 innings or more, pitching some quality baseball. Took an L against the San Diego Padres this week, so they got to him a little bit with the long ball. So look for Adbert Alzolay to continue to progress. We saw him go down with the blister injury, but in his last start versus Cleveland, he looked really good, and he was on the attack. The fastball had the finish in the zone, the sinker had the sink, and the slider had some very, very tight breaks. So that was good to see. Coming off the blister, I didn't see him favoring it at all. His stuff looked electric, it looked crisp, it looked ready. So he's pitched very well versus the Dodgers in his career. Last start was May 5th against the Dodgers. 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs. Gave up the 1 home run and punched out 7. Pitched really well. So look for him to do it very well tomorrow night on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball.
Absolutely. And Marsh, how do these guys compartmentalize, forget all about this one and the blown call, you want to call it that, but how do they forget about that, move along, and try to get the win in Game 4 this 4-game
Well, it's going to start with Adbert Alzolay towing up the slab and performing on the big stage tomorrow, which he's very capable of doing. Keeps a very positive aura about him, so that's contagious for the other players. They're going to have to swing the bat. June has been a really, really tough offensive month for the Chicago Cubs. So look for them to wake up tomorrow night, a 6:08 Central Time start. Look for them to be back and the bats to come alive. Jason Hayward to stay hot, and look for the bullpen, the rested guys to be back to contribute tomorrow late in the game, and Campbell to finish this thing up.
Well, hopefully there will be less shadows at Dodger Stadium, because if the Cubs, if they go yard, you might want to do it in the middle of the ballpark and not anywhere near those foul poles, just like we saw today. Jason Hayward, well, you might want to call this one iron unkind. That ball disappeared. So like we said, and that means home run. We'll see you tomorrow. For Marsh, I'm Cole. Postgame coming your way after the dust settles.
Over the years, Mercedes-Benz has patented thousands of safety innovations, crash tested so many cars we've stopped counting, and built our most punishing test facility yet in our effort to build the world's safest cars. We've created crumple zones and autonomous braking, active lane keeping assist, and blind spot assist. We've introduced airbags, side curtain airbags, and now the first ever rear-mounted front impact airbags, all in the hope that you never need any of it.